Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about my dreadlock extensions, and more importantly I'm going to show you how I got them. So a little backstory on my dreadlocks before I get into the tutorial. So the reason I got dreadlocks was because I was working a lot and I was really busy and didn't have time to do my hair all the time. So I was wearing my hair up in like a puff ball a lot, but then that became an issue because then I would have to detangle a lot, and anybody with natural hair, especially long natural hair, because my hair was reaching the middle of my back. So anybody with long natural hair knows that you have to detangle a lot or protective style it a lot. So my protective style of choice was wigs. So I would just keep my hair braided and wear wigs, but for the longest time my hairline started thinning out because of the wig clips. So I wasn't buying like super expensive hair. I was buying like little cheap synthetic wigs because they were more budget friendly and I can change them up a lot faster. But I started noticing like patches in my hairline. So let me show you. So like here, and then here, where the clips would be. So it was a little worse too around the hairline, but I haven't honestly wore a wig in a couple months, so my hair is slowly growing back in those spots. So I got tired of wearing the wigs, even though I missed the versatility, like I can't lie. But I got tired of wearing them because I wanted my hair to be healthy first and foremost, because if that was the case, then I would just shave all my hair off and just, you know, wear the wigs, which I'm actually considering, but that's another thing. But so back to the dreadlocks. So these are permanent dreadlock extensions. You can see they are attached to our natural hair and they are attached to the roots. I have a lot of new growth, which I'm going to eventually fix later on. And I'm also going to dye my roots later on when the locks get more mature, because I want the roots to match the locks. I don't like the harsh contrast, even though some people do. Like a lot of people have been telling me to keep the dark roots with the light locks, but in my opinion it's not the most flattering on me. Back into the locks. Yeah, so I was tired of wearing the wigs and having it break out my hair, so I was like, you know what, I've been wanting locks since I was about 18, and even one of my favorite protective styles is like faux locks or crochet locks. So I decided to do a more permanent version of that. So how I started them off. So I am not completely finished with my hair. I will say this process is very time consuming, and me, I hate doing my hair with a passion. So it's probably taking me way longer than most people to do them. The first week or two I started doing them, I was knocking them out. Like I have 102 locks in my hair and I've only done 50. Yeah, like around 50 of them are done. So the rest of my hair isn't finished. But I finished the front so that way I can like put them in a ponytail, or like I can like put a scarf around the back and it just looks like the front is down. So my hair actually looks like this. Now this is my real hair from here to here, and how I started them off, you see, this is the short pieces are my real hair. So my first initial plan wasn't to get faux locks. I actually gave myself 2 strength twists and started locking my hair like that. But I noticed the more mature they got, the older they got, they started shriveling up more, and they didn't look like locks. They still were pretty skinny. They were not getting as thick as I wanted them because I wanted them to be full, and they just didn't look how I wanted them to look, and they were shriveling up a lot because my hair is pretty long. Like, my natural hair was pretty long, but the locks made them shrivel up because, like I said, my hair was going down to the middle of my back, but now it barely touches my shoulder. Now that you know why I started my locks and you know how I started this way, and the method I'm about to show you, you don't need to have started twist just yet. You can literally do the method that I'm about to show you on your natural hair and just attach it to the human hair. So the brand of human hair that I use to start my dreadlocks is from the brand called Making Styles. Like, before I purchased this brand of hair, I did a lot of research and I wanted to get pre-made locks because that's how it all started. I didn't initially want to make my own. I wanted to get pre-made locks, and that would have cost me well over $1,000 because I wanted like 18 to 20 inch locks, and they were like $100 a bundle for only 10. And like I said, I have over 100 locks, so that would have been a really large amount of money. So I started looking into how to make locks, and when I seen how inexpensive it was compared to pre-made locks, I decided that was the route that I wanted to go because I was tired of looking at these starter locks. So the brand that I used was Making Styles. The color of hair that I got was a 613. They sent this little baggie and the product came in there. So the color that I got was a 613, and they put it in this little drawstring bag, and it comes inside of a net. And total, I brought 6 packs and I only used 3 packs. So 3 packs did the whole front of my hair. It did 50 locks, and these literally go down to like side boob length. So I'm pretty sure that the last 3 packs should cover the rest of my hair, and if not, I'll probably only need 1 more. And these bundles were $27 a bundle. This is 1 bundle altogether. This is the one that I was separating, and you pretty much just like peel it apart. You know, it comes apart, and a little goes a long way. When I first got these, I was like, yeah, this is not going to cover my hair, but I was actually surprised. So the bundles that I got were 6 inches long. They have longer ones, but I was watching the tutorials and a lot of people were using 6 inches because it was easy to add what you need and not overdo it. So the brand also sends you this little card inside of your package, and it has their information on there, and it has like a list of products that they offer, and it has a coupon on the back of the card for $5 off. So with that being said, there's a couple of things that I feel like you guys need to know before considering lock extensions, because I made a couple mistakes. So one thing I would have redone is not wear ponytails, just until they mature, or not wear them so much. So with the new locks, you have to treat them as if they were brand new locks on your own head. So when I will wear my hair in a bun all the time, because I can't really wear them down because the rest of my hair doesn't match. So I'm always wearing them in a ponytail, and what the ponytail has done is stretched out my locks. So I have to go in, not all of them, but some of them, and redo them. And see, here's one for example. So this one right here, you see how skinny this one has gotten and uneven it is. So that's from wearing ponytails all the time, and that's easily fixable. I just have to pretty much go back in and fill it out. So that's the one thing that I like. I don't have to literally just cut it off and, you know, do anything like that. I can fix it, but I'll fix it in another video. I'm not going to fix it right now. I'm going to make a separate video about that. So wearing the ponytail was one thing that I wish I could have redone, or not have done, I should say. And then the second thing was I washed them before they were ready to be washed, and it caused a little bit of slippage or thinning out, kind of like this one, but just a little different. And I'm going to show you what that one looks like, and I'm also going to insert a clip as well to show you how they were wet. I literally washed them maybe like a week or two after I first installed these, so they haven't had time to compact just yet. So the water really did make them slip some. So this is my first time getting my hair wet since I've done them, and this side seems to be intact except for one that seems to have gotten thin in the shower. But look at these on this side. You see how the ends all went like limp? This one was affected by like water, and I'm pretty sure it's a combination of water and wearing a ponytail. But this one for sure, I know the water caused it to slip. Like you see how it's thicker down here, and then right there it's like a little thin. So I have to go in and fix that as well. So overall, it's not too much that I've done to damage them. It's just those two things that I feel like new lock extension wearers should be aware of. So I don't know exactly how long you have to wait until you wash them, but I will give you a video on how to keep my dreadlocks hygienic, so you can stay tuned for that. And pretty soon I'll give you guys a video on bleaching my roots, because this is literally driving me crazy. Like, it's not terrible, but at the same time, like, I just wanted to look a certain way. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how I attach my locks. So you'll need two things to do these locks. You'll need crochet needles, not hooks. So I purchased my crochet needles from Walmart. They look like this. So the one that I had came in like a 5 or 6 pack. I have 5 with me. I think I'm missing one, but it's okay because you're not going to need all of them. So I use like 2 or 3 of them. So the main 2 that I use is the 10 and the 9. They have the sizes on here. So the 10 is smaller than the 9, and the 10 is a 1.30 millimeter, and the 9 is a 1.40 millimeter. So the 10, I like this one the most because it really is small enough to get into the lock, and the 9 is a little bit bigger, so it pulls a little more hair. So when I start the lock, I started off with the bigger one, and then to polish it up and make it look neater, then I use the 10. And besides the needles, you'll just need the hair that I showed you. So since I already have hair up here, what I'm going to do is take less hair because I already have hair. So the key to having realistic looking dreads is to get them to be the same size of your roots. You don't want to have a huge dread and your roots can't support the weight of it. You want it to look very seamless. So what I'm doing here is, and I'm not going to put it over my hand because you can't really see it, so I'm going to use my shirt. So you see how this end is sparse. So what I like to do to get it more even is to fold it over just a little bit. So now that my edge is folded over, I'm going to take my dreadlock and I'm going to place it over my actual hair, and then I'm going to cover my hair all the way around, and it's going to look like this. So now what you want to do is you want to start attaching your hair to the actual, well, you want to start attaching the extensions to the actual dreadlock or the actual twist. So right now I'm going in with a 10 just so I can grab the hair and I'm being careful to be real slow to make sure I get it. So I was just making sure to attach it from all angles. So you see now how that's attached. So all I'm doing is holding the lock and then going in and out with the needle like this. In and out of the dread, attaching the hair. So some people say twist as you go and do this, so twist the hair as you go, but to me I find it hard. So what I do is like to needle and then do a mixture of palm rolling because it helps to round out the dreadlock. So now that I have my hair attached, I'm going to work my way down this twist. And by the way, the reason I started down here instead of at my root is because my root is black and my hair is blonde. I wanted to have a better transition by leaving my root black and just attaching the hair to where the blonde starts. So now going in with my 9mm needle, I'm going to take it and I'm going to just work my way down the hair. So I'm not finished, but do you see how it's coming along and how it's attaching to my hair? So, and I'm not going to put a lot of focus on one spot. I'm just literally starting from the top and passing down my hair, and then going back to the top and passing down. The one thing I don't want to do is overwork one area of my hair because you don't want thinning. So now I feel like the 9mm has done its job. So I'm going to go back in with the 10mm to clean the rest of this up. And everybody's going to be comfortable with different sizes. The 10 and the 9 are just the sizes that I want to use on my hair, and everybody's hair isn't going to be the same size. I would say these are like a small, but somebody might have locks that's bigger than mine or smaller than mine, so use it to your own. So now I'm going to palm roll it. And now you see it's taking on a more cylinder shape. So do you see the difference between the two? This one is more lumpy, like a twist, and this one looks more like a dreadlock. So now that we have the base started, I'm going to show you how to extend it. So now you go in for more hair, and I'm taking about this much. And I'm taking this much because now I need a little bit of a bigger amount to keep the consistency going in the width. I didn't need that much up here because I already had a twist in the middle of this, so I didn't need a lot. So taking the hair where the dread starts getting thinner, around right there, now I'm going to place this hair and attach it. What we did the first time, I am just going to put the dread that I created in the center of the extensions like this, and then I'm going to take one of my needles and I'm going to start And so what it's doing, what moving the needle back and forth in the hair is doing, is creating little knots, which makes a dread effect. It makes it turn into an instant dread. And now you can kind of see where the dread is forming, like in the middle. And I honestly think while you're making these, palm rolling is an important step, but just don't overdo it. Just only do it enough to create that cylinder. Now, can you guys see this? You can't see where my dread is. Inside of here is neatly tucked away in the inside, and it looks like a dread now. So I'm going to just keep going until I get the desired length. Now that I know I'm ready to start ending off my dread, so I'm going to take another piece of hair, but this time I'm going to fold the end where I want the dread to stop. So as I'm looking, I'm trying to see if this is the length that I wanted. The dread will probably stop at this length. So I don't want them all to be the same length. I like my dreads to look more natural. So that's why they're different sizes and different lengths. So I think this is about a good length to give my hair some body. So I'm going to start right there. And you want to make sure you keep this end folded, because that's going to give you the rounded tip to the dreadlock, sort of like this. They become more pointy when you don't round off the ends. So what I'm going to do now, instead of going side to side, I'm going to stick my needle in a downward motion and pull up. And do the same thing, but I'm just doing it up and down. And what that's going to do is it's going to fill in any pockets there is that needs to be filled with more hair. And now I'm going to just go back to going side to side. Now that it's, you see how fluffier it got? So yeah, so now I'm going to go back to doing it side to side. And now I have my finished dreadlock. So I started off with this, and now I have this to this. So they will begin to loosen up over time, and some of mine are still crinkly because I took them out of a ponytail. But so yeah, so that's how you do it. They will loosen up over time. Like I said, they have a lot of body. It's very light, especially compared to faux locks. And overall, if you want a low maintenance style, I think that this is actually kind of perfect. So like I said, as long as you take the proper measures to take care of them, it's a get up and go kind of hairstyle. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said, besides the few that I have to fix from wearing ponytails, I really do like this style. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. Recently, I've been having like withdrawals from like not being able to like change up my hair over wigs and stuff. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep them, or if I'm going to color them or whatever. But I do know that this is what I'm wearing for now, and it works. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more content from me.